Welcome. Y'all come on in. Got a little fireworks for y'all tonight. I wasn't supposed to start until 9:30, but we're here now. Okay, and there's a link in the description box. There's one on Facebook. There's one in the comment section. So feel free to bring your ass here and come on and let's talk. Let's get in to okay, yeah, I did that. Hop on in the ring. A lot of things I want to talk about tonight. The first thing I need to know is if you can hear me. Is if you can hear me. Can you hear me? I can do my own test on that. Okay, and there's a link in, and there we go. We sound good, sound a little loud, maybe it's that. Let's get it popping. Come on in the building if you can hear me. Like button on your way in here. Come on in. Yeah. Yeah, come on in here. Got a lot of things we want to talk about tonight. One, I just got a message from this lady who has been messaging me all day, Miss Sabrina. Miss Sabrina, I don't know what your aim is, and you saying that you want to know if we're on the same team. Now, before I go, you know what? I don't even care nothing about that no more. Because I tried to be polite with you and your husband, you know what I mean, in the comment section. And I offered you to come on the show, and there's a link there. You can still click it and come on the show. But it's apparently that you want some fame. You want some Facebook fame, because you got to be slow if you think calling me to talk to me about the problems of Andrews is the solution. You got to be the slowest person on Facebook. Okay. Now, like I said, I tried to extend the olive branch out there and be polite with you, but it's obvious we're not on the same team, because I'm talking about a public issue, a public safety issue, a public safety crisis at hand, and you're talking about whether or not the town is doing calling 811. And it's frustrating because I have to waste time with stupid stuff like that. And I went and I researched that. Did you go research that? Or you just want to be that person that, you know what I mean? Continue to ride around on your cart and take pictures and see where that gets you. Okay. Now, if you want to really help, reach out to Miss Jenny Hunt from Andrews SC News and stop trying to be a pain. Okay. I'm trying to get answers from Georgetown County, and you and then your husband saying about 16 years. He's been living 35 years or 100 years or whatever, how long they've been living in Andrews. I mean, how long have you guys been asking these questions? 50 years ago, 35 years ago, 16 years ago? You're wasting time, okay? And you know what I mean? You saying what are you calling me for? The link is in the description box. The link is there on Facebook. Bring your face on Facebook, like I got my face on Facebook, and come and let's talk about what you want to talk to me about. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. Oh, it's a waste of time when you have to go and but then again, it's not a waste of time because but what you want to call me for? Let your husband call me. I mean, Donald Trump got y'all crazy. And you're not from the east side. You're from the west side of the county, Slowy. And no, sir, I'm not mistaking you two for the rich people that I was talking about. I know the difference. What are y'all actually doing? Now I have to slow this down to talk to y'all, and then you getting on my post, and I reached out to him today, and I don't care. You can reach out to me all day, you idiot. I kill bugs for a living. And now you got me talking to you like this, and your husband, he go, don't talk to my wife like this. Dude, get your wife. Do you get paid to comment on Facebook all day? Would y'all please go to her page and like her page and follow whatever it is she got going on? Yes, Andrews calls 811. They put in these things, okay? And if it's an emergency situation, find out the proper protocol. Well, it's been how, what do you know? Okay, when you make a statement saying that, well, it's continually gotten worse. What do you know aside from what you think you see? What are actually the criteria to determine whether a town is successful or failing? Is it based on what's going on in your house? And here's the thing. You waste time talking to me, trying to call me. Learn how to do a freedom of information, a FOIA request, and get this information that you want. Educate yourself. And you think you stopping somebody from coming to this page, lady from the east. You don't even know what I'm talking about. And did you call Dominion and verify whether that gas was on 30 minutes? No, you wanted to know whether or not Andrews. You slow. We're not on the same team. We can't be. Sir, get your wife. Cause you even sounded like you wanted to reason with me today. You saw what you saw, you know, what you wanted to reason. And I wanted to reason with you, brother. Cause I mean, we in the same, like I told you. No, you're not them people from the east. You're not like them. You just like us. I know. So there you go, Mr. Breeder. You got the first 8 minutes. You know what I mean? First 3 minutes, it was just kind of nothing on there. But then you got these next 8 minutes. You're a star now. Okay? Why don't you go start a podcast? You and people like you are the problem. If that gas main had, and let's just focus on that. If that gas main had blown up, it would have killed. It wouldn't have discriminated who was killed. Okay. And please sign me up for the organization that you've created, or what something that you've done to try to add to this thing. Other than that, I mean, you just want to be a problem. What are you mad at? Why are you mad, son? Tell us why you really mad. But no, you can't have my phone number. And if you were half the researcher and the person, the informed person that you thought you were, my number is plastered everywhere. You're lazy. And I played right into you waited and you waited to nine, and I didn't call him back. You ain't on the same team. No, we're not on the same team. We are, but you just don't understand it. Don't worry, we got you though. But you know what I want to talk about though? I want to talk about that situation that went down in Mexico and the Andrews connection to it. And I've been asking around, and the young man involved, one of the young men that was involved, all I've heard is, people say, well, I used to see him around or whatever, but I don't know any. I don't know any. I don't know of any. I don't know anything about, and I'm going to see what I can find out aside from what's on the news. And that's what I'm going to now. I'm going to keep it real with you. Looking at the story on his face again, rest in peace to the two victims. And for those of you who don't know, 4 people from South Carolina went down to Mexico to get, to do some, have a surgery done, cosmetic surgery. I'm not sure. I've heard BBL, I've heard tummy tuck, I've heard, a bunch of different things. Now, some of y'all might be like, well, that's crazy. Well, not really. Like, if it may be crazy to a person from South Carolina, from other places, but if you've ever lived near the border of Mexico in a border town, then that's relatively a normal, common thing. Now, Matamoros down in where they went to in Mexico is known for some other things. Okay, definitely the Gulf cartel is the cartel that runs that area, and that cartel, and these are the people that they got caught up with. That cartel is like, so. In that area, you got the Sinaloa cartel, and then you got the Gulf cartel, right? But the Gulf cartel is like the major cartel in that area, and they have factions within the Gulf cartel, and they have warring factions within the Gulf cartel. So that's what they got caught up in the middle of. And now, it's an international incident situation that's going on. So that's why the turnaround was so quick. The Mexican government was quick to, unfortunately, again, 2 of the people that went down there lost their lives. But what I was saying is not odd for people to go to Mexico to get medical treatment. People from California, people from Texas, they'll tell you about Arizona. They'll tell you that all the time. You got people that go down and get all kinds of treatment, cancer treatments, to buy different medicines that you can buy cheaper across the border. And so again, it's just odd to hear somebody from where I'm from the area I'm from, doing that, driving down to do that. But again, I mean, you hear about these ladies flying over to the Dominican Republic over to get and down to Miami to get cosmetic surgery, women and men, not just women. And so, but I've been watching the story and I've been careful to comment on it again, because I know people lost their lives, and you know, and these are sensitive situations, but it is what it is. It's the news. And me, you know what I mean? Me being me, I am just, I'm very inquisitive about this whole situation. It don't look right on this. It don't look, you know, like what they telling me. I hear you, but you know, I'll kind of hold my judgment until I can think. So here's some of the details that in the news. Is that these four individuals, they went down, they rented a van and had North Carolina plates, white van. They went down and they crossed the border and went into Mexico. Now that is something that I do know that I would not recommend that, you know what I mean? Especially like, you know, I know most people don't think about calling the State Department and asking questions, but you really need to think about that if you're going to decide to drive into Mexico or Canada. You know, figure out what's going on in the area, because in that area where they went, Matamoros, Mexico, there are 100 kidnappings. You know, there's kidnappings weekly there. You know, but it just doesn't involve Americans, so nobody cares. And that's why this became an international incident. And it's alleged that they were mistaken as for being Haitian drug dealers, drug smugglers, and so that I don't know how they got that information, but that's some information that's out there. But I wanted to see how, and this goes in line again with our, like, who's representing us, okay? You know, I mean, we want to point at me and Frank, but there's a lot of moving parts to this thing, and the government doesn't function well because it doesn't communicate well. And I found out something looking into this thing here that's mind-blowing, and it may be mind-blowing to you all too. But again, I wanted to hear what Senator Lindsey Graham had to say on this situation, again, because it's an international incident. Now you got to understand, Lindsey Graham is a war hawk. Lindsey Graham wants to go to war for anything, you know what I mean? Like but let's see what he has to say here. I bring him on screen. All right, and this is Senator Lindsey Graham in a interview that took place on yesterday, I think. But here, let's go through this. See what he's talking about.
This law, if it was signed even, fine. President Biden would have this military authority. So far, he's shown no desire to want to use any military authority or military action against the cartels. On an even deeper level, do you even trust the Biden administration and Secretary of Defense Austin to prosecute a war competently against the cartels?
Well, what I'm trying to do is bring to the table solutions that don't exist today. I reject the status quo. The law enforcement model, as you articulated in your opening, is not working. You know, the fentanyl problem is an epidemic in America getting worse. So no, I'm not commander-in-chief, but I'd like to give the commander-in-chief congressional authorization to use force to stop the poisoning of America. If they don't use it, we'll have an election in 2024, and people can run on a platform. I would use it if I could. So the point I'm trying to make is that the current situation is untenable. The Mexican government is no longer in charge of most of their country. It's a narco-terrorist state, and we should put on the table the tools of our military to go after these terrorists as if they were any other terrorist. And they're killing more Americans from drug cartels in Mexico than all the terrorist activity combined since 9/11.
You and I talked during the raids on ISIS and the beginning of the war on ISIS. They beheaded 6 or 7 Americans, tragically, horrible. And we went after them and took care of business. That's a little different than what we're seeing right now. This is President Biden talking about the Mexican relationship, in which he said that this is Mexico is not our backyard. In our backyard, it's in our front yard, our front door neighbor. It was a nice point he made at the Cinco de Mayo celebrations. Do you have any realization from the White House that they take this seriously and that they realize that the Mexicans just aren't up to this?
Well, that's a good question. Is it a lack of will? They just don't have the will to take their country back from the terrorists? Or is it capability? They don't have the capability. Let me give you an example from 2000. Bill Clinton, a Democratic president, came up with an idea called Plan Colombia. We sent military forces to the country of Colombia to work with their military and their law enforcement officials to take down the cocaine trafficking networks. FARC was a terrorist organization, a leftist group that was being financed by cocaine, and they were poisoning America. It worked. So I'm suggesting a Plan Mexico, that we work with the Mexican government to take back Mexico from the terrorists and protect Americans. And if they don't want to work with us, then we'll use the authority we have to protect our nation, enemies, foreign and domestic. The narco-terrorist state in Mexico is a failed state when it comes to fentanyl distribution, and they need to be held accountable for what they're doing to Americans. And as a last resort, I would put on the table using military force unilaterally to protect Americans from being poisoned by drug cartels in Mexico.
It's not. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of News Nation's fact-driven.
Yeah, News Nation. All right, so you heard that from Senator Lindsey Graham, right? And he said that we got to do what we got to do to protect American citizens from the narcos, and that conversation came out of his response about the situation that happened down in Mexico with the 4 Americans, of which whom are have connections to Andrews, South Carolina. All right. Now I want to show you this right here. Okay. Right on the back of what Senator Lindsey Graham from the great state of South Carolina is talking about right now. And serious situation. So Senator Lindsey Graham was just talking about the fentanyl and how he got to stop the fentanyl and protect Americans' lives. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know that in the state of South Carolina, as of right now, right, as of right now, that it is not against the law to traffic fentanyl. There are some bills on the books, but as of right now, and this article is from January 2023, more than half the drug overdose. Okay, let's go back up here. More than half the drug overdose in South Carolina right now can be traced to fentanyl. And those deaths doubled during the pandemic, according to DHEC data. Okay. But there is currently no law on the books in South Carolina that criminalize trafficking fentanyl. State House leaders list passing this legislation as a top priority for them this year. Okay. Are y'all listening to this? Let's go back to it again. Let's go back to it again. Legislation to criminalize fentanyl trafficking in South Carolina advances in at State House. That's the title of the article. And you can go on to Live 5, WCSC, the Low Country's leader. And this article, again, was posted back in January. But there is, let's see, more than half the drug overdose deaths in South Carolina right now can be traced to fentanyl. And Georgetown County is the number one, or during the time I did this post a while back, number one in fentanyl. Georgetown County is number one. I got to go back and find that. I got to find that report, and then I can find the sources that I used. But at that time, South George, Georgetown County, South Carolina, was number one in overdose from fentanyl, resulting in overdoses. Okay. And they were at the time number 7 or 5 in overdose resulting in death. And that's Georgetown County. Okay. Again, that's more information that you can look up and check for yourself. Okay. Oh man. Tim Vogel. Oh my goodness. So I'm not laughing at the fentanyl death. I'm not like that. I just got a text that was kind of funny. Okay. So stop with it. The thing. Oh, oh man. So again, I'm saying that um I'm saying that there's a lot of things that we could there's a lot of things that we could really, you know what I mean, focus in on and be pissed off at about, you know what I mean? I got a couple things that you really could be pissed off at about too. Man, what we got here? Um, yeah, Lindsey Gregg dry snitching. Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham talking about that fentanyl. Oh man, I did not load these things up. Y'all got to give me a second here, man. While we here, I'm gonna load this stuff up. Yeah, and again, rest in peace and condolences to the family of those people who, were involved in that. And like I said, that's it's a tricky thing, man. Anytime you go out of the country for anything, you know what I mean. It's a tricky thing, because I'm, who plans to be in the middle of a cartel war? You know, who plans for that? Who plans for that? All right. Yeah, y'all give me a second here, man. I gotta work while we doing this right here. Let's see what I can do to entertain you all while we do this. While I because the lady who wanted to talk about rather than out of town, dial 811. I mean, don't you think I would check that first before I put that out there? It's like the DHEC thing. I mean, what is wrong with you? You ain't checked DHEC. You ain't called DHEC. You ain't called Dominion. Call Dominion. They got a public line. Call me. Get your husband to call me. I'll talk to him. What's wrong with you? Got to be crazy. I point out the thing about 811. They want to blow the building up. If Andrews blew up a gas line, they would have the same issue. If there's not an ambulance there, if there's not lines being marked or whatever. Are we on the same team? We're not even speaking the same language. We might be in the same tax bracket. Lady from the East, you came to that post like you was you came to that post like you was yay. Again, reach out to Jenny Hunt, the beautification team. They think they had a meeting tonight, and they got a Cash App and all that stuff. So y'all give me a second here. Let me load some stuff up here because there's some other stuff that I want to share with y'all. Let's see. Let's get on here. There she go. Sabrina, click the link and bring your face in here. Come on here, girl. Since you all big and bad. Come on. I knew you were going to get mad at me talking junk about y'all. Come on. Get up on here. Let's see what team you want. There's a link there in the... Oh, let me share it again. Right there where you just put that message at there. Make sure you can see that. If not, I'll find my way over there and put it over there. You done went to the meeting. Then good. You hear me talking junk. That's the only reason you went to the meeting. Go to Welcome to Andrews page and click that link and come on in here. Let's talk about this meeting and how you gonna make it better and see which team we on. Sabrina said, I'm here. I've done went to the meeting. Well, come on. And don't you come in here acting crazy now, because I'm gonna tell you right now. I ain't tripping with you tonight, girl. I know who you are, Sabrina. Man. Y'all got to stop taking this Facebook stuff so serious, man. I know y'all get on here and think this is real life. You think this is real? Look, let me show you. Let me show you something. No. I know. I that's what I'm talking about, Sabrina. It's all love. You see that? Hallelujah, Lord. Sabrina came when I brought the sound effects in the building. Sabrina, I piss a lot of people off, sweetie. That's what I do. Ask Everett Carolina. You know what Everett Carolina said?
I'm gonna say the N-word. That's racist. You can't say the N-word.
And that's what I said to him. I said, that's racist. You can't say the N-word. But I know. So Sabrina, tell us about what happened at the meeting while I load up the Cash App, and so that people can donate. And because the beautification thing has to be a community thing, y'all. I'm telling y'all, I am being now. Now, I'm gonna tell you, this book is a radical book. This book is written by radicals. Okay, so if you are easily swayed by ideology, and if you don't know what that is, you better read up on that. But it's packed with some very, very good information. And one of the things so far that is definitely useful and I guess that's what drove me to the book was the idea of you got to be careful dependent on government help, okay? Because government help is it's not the government's not going to help you finance the change of the system, okay? We're talking about some systematic change and all this other good stuff, and the government is not going to fund that. The beautification and park is going to be an amazing thing. Hopefully things go into place. I'm excited. I'm definitely excited about that. Also, again, let me do this work right here. All right. All right. I should have done this beforehand, but I didn't. So I'm doing it now. Hey, y'all hang in there for me just a few minutes. I got something that's another issue again that we need to keep an eye on. But how many of y'all knew that fentanyl, it wasn't illegal to traffic fentanyl in the United States, in South Carolina right now? Like, you can go get caught with all the fentanyl in the world and you won't get charged because there's no law against it. How many of you knew that? Hey, also, y'all better pay attention. Georgetown County, yeah, it's a Schedule 2, but there's no law on the books against it. Check this article out here right now. I'm about to post up here. Check this out. Share the screen. Check this article out, Rand. This is on Live 5 News, the Low Country Live 5 News. Give me 1 second. I'm loading up a video that I want y'all to check out. Hopefully the sound won't get weird when I tap into this thing. There I go. I didn't know. Because if I knew that, I'd probably been trafficking fentanyl. No, I wouldn't. And that's something that's definitely affecting Andrews, man. There's a lot of people dropping dead from that fentanyl. And hell, I got threatened when I was talking about Shantae and Leroy, rest in peace. Not even a little bit. Oh man, I'm gonna tap in there again. All right, let me stop before I mess up. Yep. All right, where we at? Yeah, y'all, I want y'all to see this. This is gonna be all right. So I'm gonna have to delete some of this stuff over here. But youth movie night. Hey, listen, I got to get these things up here real fast, y'all. Y'all just bear with me now. We're doing a little long show tonight. But I got some real good information for y'all. Again, that information on the screen right there is mind blowing. To me, it is the fact that, you know, that I could have been trafficking fentanyl the whole time. And so now you wonder why. That, I guess that answers the question for me as to why these guys are selling fentanyl, because it's not illegal. That's the loopholes, man, that you know these people find in the law. And you know, they talk a tough talk, but like, you know, I wonder when they had that conference, did they bring that up? When the conference I'm referring to is the conference with Georgetown County had a forum, a fentanyl forum, right? And the reason why I'm saying it with the disdain in my voice is because they did not include Andrews in that. And I know that's a reoccurring theme, and I know y'all hearing that, but I mean, why is that a reoccurring theme? You know, why is that a reoccurring theme? Is my question. Again, I got threatened. I'm talking about threatened, life threatened, because I talked about two friends of mine who lost their lives, went to their graves early because of fentanyl-laced drugs. Oh, don't say that. That's you know what I mean? That's the kind of foolishness that we've been indoctrinated. We've been indoctrinated to accept. All right, these two. And then these. Again, y'all, I apologize. I should have had this done pre-show, but I had a couple other things that I needed to deal with. And I'm going to do you guys a solid. Okay, I think I can go out of that now. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in there, man. I appreciate y'all so much. We're running a marathon tonight, baby, but we're going to do an information overload. All right, and I'm going to touch on these things here numerous times again, but next weekend, okay? Next weekend, you see it on the screen right there. The Big Rig Kids is going down. Big Rig Kids and Friends. It's going to be, it's just going to be a lot going on that weekend. All right. That's Saturday, March 18th. You see it on the screen here. A number of representatives: Louis Morant, Isaac Tucker, Matthew Richard, Donald Gilliard, Mayor Frank McClary, Dwayne Britton, Alvin Walker. And this is going to be Georgetown County unity in the community. And this is a free admission. And this is going to take place in Georgetown at the Howard Center, at the Howard Gymnasium, at Howard. Let's just say at Howard. I'll just say that. All right. And also on that day, well, this is the layout of the schedule. So, man, this thing starts the 14th, March 14th, Plantersville, March 16th, Mango Creek Academy in Georgetown, March 15th, Browns Ferry Elementary in Georgetown, and March 18th, that's the one I've been talking about, at the Howard Center Gym at 1610 Hawkins Street in Georgetown. Text BRK link to 401-500-7801 for registration, vendors, or sponsors. Y'all make sure y'all support. That is next weekend. That is the 18th, and I think I got one more here. Yep, I do. And again, unity and promoting unity in the community. Okay, and this is a youth panel that's going to take place, and this is going to take place also at the Howard Gymnasium. Okay, again, this is free admission, and this is going to start at 10 a.m. So get yourself up, get yourself out there. Okay. Definitely, y'all check out Miss Jerry Davis, Black Diamond Princess will be out there, along with a number of other nonprofit organizations. It's going to be really a good event, good atmosphere, good, you know what I mean? You want to surround yourself with good people, and that'll be the place to do that, definitely. Okay. All right, so something else I wanted to talk to y'all about. Oh, and on that night, I don't have a flyer for it yet, but we'll have a flyer for it in a day or so. The town of Andrews is having a youth movie night. They did this last month, and they watched Black Panther. Hopefully they don't watch Black Panther again, because that is the longest movie ever. Okay. But great atmosphere. And this is going to take place on same day, March 18th at the ACE Center, and it's going to take place the movie's going to start at 6 p.m. But again, there will be a flyer that comes out that is that's a good question. What unit are we talking about? I don't know. I know this is a bunch of nonprofit organizations that's getting together, and they're going to be there talking about a bunch of different things. I know, for example, Black Diamond Princess deals with helping women and men in crisis, from sexual assault to domestic violence. And so I know Miss Jerry Davis is going to be there. So it's going to be should be a great event. You know what I mean? I look forward to actually participating, going out there, in whatever way I can. But I wanted to talk to you guys about I want to share with you a video. If you're from Andrews, South Carolina, you're familiar with the four-way stop right near Ebenezer Baptist Church, which is located at County Line and Martin Luther King Drive. Okay, you all are familiar with that. Most of you, if you're listening to this, you've been through there. I'll shoot you over some of these some of the flyers. That cross section, right? And there are some issues at that cross section that have been brought up to state officials. Ronnie Sabb, they've been presented with this video that I'm about to present to you, and nothing has been done. Now, I'm still trying to figure out exactly who. I noticed the transportation folks, but I want you to look at, and what you're going to be looking at is a video of a car coming north up 41, which is the County Line Road from by Dollar General side, and that person is going to go straight through that stop sign, that four-way stop. And check this out, y'all. I'll try to see that again. And here's another angle. And then and that this camera is from over would be going 55. What I think is going on, I think, especially if you're not familiar with the area, right? What I think is going on is there is a depth perception. There's something happening when you're coming down 41, and I'm guessing here, okay? I'm not an engineer, okay? But I'm thinking that as you're looking down, you're seeing the light. I think the people are seeing the red light down at right there at the near the gas station, not the depot, but the gas station at 521, and I think in their mind tells them at that point, hey, that is the next. That's where I got to stop at, and they don't, and they just kind of barrel through. Yeah, so they just kind of barrel through that stop sign, and this has been happening for years now. We could actually go put those strips out, go back 1/8 of a mile and start putting those strips out. So when they get up close, it'd be brr, 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 right? That's what they definitely could do. I agree, but he gonna have to do better than that. Okay, so yeah, Mr. Saab, because these are concerns. Just like I heard Mr. Saab has the funds needed to go ahead and while the town of Andrews is in this court battle with this unnecessary court battle with Georgetown County over funds that it collected from the citizens of Georgetown County to build this building, and all these other fire stations and EMSs that they collected money from you guys saying that they were going to do this, and it's on. I got to get that whole document put up so I can put it on the screen, and again, I'll share it with anybody that wants it. But I definitely agree, and but you know what I mean. They're. My granddaddy travels that road. A lot of your grandparents travel. I don't know if they ran it. And that will be a fatal, collision there. But what they could do is just put like the strip, That's what they could do. But
I'm joking. Stupid. I'm not going to let you get the chance.
I mean, again, fentanyl. Did y'all know that? Did you know that? What else did I want to show you? Again, let's get out there and support this Big Rig Kids and Friends, the national tour and workshop, Georgetown. Unity in the community. 10 a.m. sharp. She got that sharp in parentheses. So I better be there on time. Motherly music movement. BRK theme song. Free refreshments. Hey, they got punch and pie. They got punching pie. I'm gonna be on time because they got punching pie. Punching pie. Come on. Punching pie. Give me some of that punching pie. Punching pie. And Jerry, remember, punching pie. I said punching pie and what? Punching pie and something. Oh, sheet cake. Yeah, gotta have the sheet cake. Okay, so we bringing punching pie to the next council meeting. So at the next Andrews Town Council meeting, and Miss Sabrina, I need you to bring the sheet cake. So I already got. I'm gonna bring the. What did I say? I'm gonna bring the punch. Yeah, because I said the pie. You ain't wanted that pie. Yeah, and something else that ran across my radar real fast, man, is that Georgetown County just awarded $5 million for a magnet school in over at Carver's Bay. And I do understand that Rosemary has some safety concerns, some safety issues, and a lot of that is due to lack of parent cooperation. I don't work for the city. I don't work for the state, so I can say that, you know. And so what it's causing parents to do is make a decision and to pull their kids out of these schools. So as a community, we really need to pay attention to that, because you don't want to lose your best and brightest to these magnet schools or to these private schools. They just definitely better not in Carver's over at Carver's Bay. That's what they're talking about. That's what a grant. I mean, the award. I don't know if it was a grant. I don't know the specifics. I just kind of caught a piece of the Georgetown County School Board meeting. It's online. You can go back over there and catch it all. I'm gonna go and catch the rest of it and update myself. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Georgetown County overall has amazing students, parents. It's just we're having a little hiccup right now. Rosemary was once the jewel, the pride and jewel of the county, but we just got a little misdirected, and there ain't nothing that, you know, maybe if we can get them to stop teaching that teaching the slave lessons over there, you know what I mean, then maybe that'll calm down some of the anger. So you worked over in over at Marshall. Over at Marshall. There's a school out here called Marshall. Over at Carver's Bay. Mm-hmm. Again, y'all, on March 18th, movie night. Y'all come on out, and somebody help them select their movie, okay? Because whoever selected that Black Panther, man, that was too long. I guess it was a good movie. I don't know. I fell asleep like 6 times. You know what I mean? I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Yay. There it is on the bottom of the screen right there, scrolling across there. Y'all see it. Y'all contact Black Diamond Princess for more information on these events coming up not this Saturday, next Saturday. Okay. Again, Andrew's Beautification. Y'all reach out to Miss Jenny Hunt over there on Andrew's SC News. Let's see what we got here. No doubt. Shout out to my man GMB in the ATL, man, getting better. I hope you're watching. But if you want to get better, take that giant stuff off. Put on a Carolina Panther hoodie and it'll help. That's what I heard. That's what your doctor was trying to tell you, but you wasn't listening, homie. All right, man. So I don't know. It's still some other stuff that I forgot to tell y'all. I still some other stuff I wanted to go over with y'all again. But y'all check this out again real fast though, man. This is over right here at and I know what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about this fake news story that they keep hitting y'all with. This is how they're gonna this is how they cover up stuff, okay? This is how they cover it up. And I'm talking to you, Mr. Gab. I'm back rocking with you again, obviously, because you over there. And I want to point out some things on this article, because I made mention of it, but it was in the middle. I was still digging and figuring out what's going on, what was going on with the building, them destroying the building. I don't even think they even talked to council about it. I think you got these people, these department heads that are kind of running these departments as if it's their own personal, thing or whatever, and they just kind of doing what they want to do, with no oversight or nothing like that. So, pick up children after early alleged threat. All right, so yeah, this is the article let me pull this up here. Let me pull it up. And this is on Gab News. Give him his credit, even though he's hiding again. This dude, man. This dude. Scott Harper. And Georgetown Times, y'all up next. Okay? Y'all had enough time. 100 years. But y'all really ain't that relevant no more. I'm gonna keep it real. Scott then came in there and stole y'all little, you know what I mean? Y'all kicked him out and he. All right, and here's the article that I'm talking about. So this is here's some things that I just wanted to point out to you guys that you should be on the lookout for, or maybe you should, look out, just look into it. Just really take a second and think about what I got here on the screen. All right, and you're looking at an article and it says Georgetown County computers hacked, right? Not as bad as 2021. Now, my first question is, at the article is like, how do they know? Okay. How do they know automatically it's not as bad as 2021? Okay. And how bad was 2021? And then I look at the credit. Who is this article credited to? This information, and it says information provided, which means they handed Scott this and Scott printed this. Otherwise, it would be like other articles on his page and it would be credited to somebody. Okay. And so let's just go into this. It's a short article. It's like a press brief and a press release or whatever. And let's just look at what it is saying, okay? Georgetown County government is dealing with another computer system hack. But this one is nowhere as bad as the January 2021 incident that crippled the county services for days. County Public Information Officer Jack Broach Akers, and they probably need to look into him, confirmed for Gab News this morning that the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division is sending representatives to the county to investigate the hack that was discovered yesterday. So if it was discovered yesterday and they in the process of sending people to come check it out, how in the world do you know it was worse than 2021? She said, as a result of the hack, computers are frozen as investigation takes place. But they already know how bad it is. And they still doing it during the investigation. That's like the gas leak it bust and they closed it immediately. They had to call Dominion. They just closed it. It magically closed right then. Can't trust it. She said, as a result of the hack, computers are frozen as the investigation takes place. There may be some disruption in some services today, but it is hoped. Y'all hear this thing? It is hoped everything will be okay by tomorrow. They hope. And where's the follow-up to let you know it's A-okay? As an example, Broach Acres said receptionists at county recreation oh my God. I'm just a podcaster though. Wow. This is unbelievable. Said receptions at county recreation centers may have to check people in by hand rather than computer. Tax receipts may also have to be written by hand. How convenient. In the winter of 2021, the county had to rebuild its computer network after a ransomware attack. In that case, hackers sent an email that allowed them to take over the county's computers. They demanded a ransom to return the systems to the county's control, but the county did not pay the ransom, so they say, choosing instead to rebuild the system and add strenuous security measures. How are we talking about how strenuous was there? And you were talking about an incident again right now that you say is not as bad, but we won't know how bad it is until SLED get there. It's so bad that you got to call SLED in. You put in strenuous security measures. Yeah, right. Acres Broach said those security measures have allowed the county to keep working despite yesterday's hack. She said because it was caught early, emails are still working, online services are still operational, and it does not appear anyone's personal information was compromised. It doesn't appear that way. Again, my people, I'm telling you, you have to watch these things. You have to watch these people closely, man. Very, very closely. You have to keep an eye on them because they will tell you anything. Good night, Miss Sabrina. You have I will message you in the AM, Miss Sabrina. Okay? Do not be mad at that early part of the show. I needed to spice it up a little bit. It's all good. Good night. You have a great night. And again, y'all make sure. Y'all make sure. Sure. Y'all make sure y'all be careful at that corner over there by Ebenezer in the morning time. Again, and what I was saying, I think I finished that point. I don't know if I was able to or not, but I'm going to say it again. And that is that when these people I'm thinking that person was looking all the way down at that light down at the gas station down there, and that's how that person thing. Yeah, I did. I think I did. Was able to point that out. But these are some of the things that we need to be sending over, and I mean, again, there are lots of things going on in Andrews, man. You talking about a water system that up until 7 years ago, there was no real comprehensive, it's a big word right there, plan in place to do anything with it. You know, now you got the whole Black River thing going on, and again, I should have put that at the top of the list, because that is a big part of this whole. You know, they turning their head against this. This is big, and these people want to set their families up and make sure their kin and all that good stuff get to reap the rewards of this gem that they call Black River. Come on, man. How we been there all day? Oh, they named the river after us.
I'm gonna say the N-word. That's racist. You can't say the N-word.
You can, but I'm rubber and you're glue, and whatever you say bounce off me and sticks. Whatever happened to all them good little, you know what I mean, them sayings back in the day, sticks and stones and break my bones, but words will make me hurt you. I think that's where we at with a nail. Hey, y'all check this out. That's how I'm gonna start ending the show with that picture. Oh my goodness. Y'all see I made a friend in that, y'all. And just to update this situation out here, they just stopped work over there because somebody called D-Hack. Now, I ain't saying I called D-Hack. I really don't know D-Hack number, except the one that's online right here. But somebody got some splitting to do. Okay? Just like the fact that they got this building right here slated to be destroyed. This other, not this building, but the other building, this building over here, these buildings that they got that FDA money to put the EMS over in there, and they have moved it. They've taken all the HVAC stuff out of there, moved it to different locations. They stripped the place, y'all. They stripped the place. And in there stripping the place, somebody need to bring a fence. Somebody need to get a fence out here at Georgetown County Park and Recreation around this thing right here. Okay, this is urgent. This is right now. Okay, you know, there's the old building as it stood right there, but this, y'all can go pick up a fence tomorrow. I think Swinney got some fence. Come on and buy us fence from Swinney. I'm telling y'all, at the county, we work at the county facility. Take charge. Don't worry about it. That's how they do things down there. Just tell them, welcome to Andrews podcast. Sent you down there to get you a fence. It needs to be at least 48 inches high to put around that thing. And then they'll give you a 10% discount if you mention the podcast. Okay? For real. I ain't joking. Boom, boom. Y'all see it right there. Y'all hit the Cash App, Black Diamond Princess. Very, 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 very good organization. All right, party people, man. Look, we done hang out on Facebook a lot tonight. We got up here, so give yourself a round of applause. And I'm putting up up stats on it. I mean, how does this thing go like that? Anyway, this has been fun, y'all. And what else? What we got up here? Tune in tomorrow for another episode of. Damn, I ain't got it done. Okay, let's do it again. Tune in tomorrow for another episode of